Okay, Ashpreet, your response to that. Shazia saying that this is just lost in translation. There's nothing wrong with what the Prime Minister has said. His message is a message against corruption.
See, asking the voters to press the lotus button to hang the Congress government, one, amounts to hate speech, which is an offense in itself. And I'd appreciate if the Bharatiya Janata Party could actually condemn when an offense is committed. And, you know, Shazia was saying that the Prime Minister is very strict on corruption. If he really is, then why, one, have you inducted leaders like Narayan Rane, Subhendu Adhikari, then Mr. Mukul Roy, then Mr. Biswa, etc., who had corruption cases pending against them before they joined your party? Number two, now I would like to ask the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Prime Minister himself, how many leaders in your party that have corruption cases pending, that have criminal cases pending according to ADR? The BJP has BJP's elected leaders have the maximum criminal cases pending against them in the country. Now, how many of them have been told this thing that, you know, you ought to be hanged and stuff like that, which basically is one, an offense. Second is provocatory.
So what Shazia is saying is it's proverbial. It's proverbial, and you know, there's no offense involved, as you're saying that this is hate speech. They're saying that it's not. It's the Prime Minister making a proverbial comment saying that, you know, attack the corrupt.
And it's also very rich from Ashpreet saying that. Ashpreet is very, you know, I find it very, it's very skewed when it comes from you.
I'd have to interrupt you. I'd have to interrupt you if you keep on interrupting me. Please hear me out. All I'm saying is that the Bharatiya Janata Party needs to understand one thing. Even if you are in the central government, even if you have the power, you're not above the law, you're not above the constitution, you're not above the people of India. Please understand one thing, there are reasonable restrictions to freedom of speech and expression. Number two, I want them to understand, I mean, Shazia here, I challenge Shazia Ilmi. Shazia, could you please tell us the definition of hate speech? If you could, and if there is one given in the law, I would really appreciate if you could put it before the people, because
Okay, so you've asked that question. Let Shazia respond. Ashpreet, you've asked that question.
I will respond to.
You've asked that question, Shazia. Go ahead.
Yeah. So Arjit spoke a lot, and you repeated yourself. Now the fact of the matter is that your party leaders, whether it's Rahul Gandhi or Sonia Gandhi, they are both on bail. Whether it's even.
How does it matter? What does the principle of natural justice say?
Don't keep speaking. Don't keep
speaking. One second. Ashpreet, let Shazia finish her point. I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you. I'll give both of you a chance to counter, but we cannot go on with each other.
I'm not able to speak.
Ashpreet, hold on.
To speak because he's constantly. So, and whether it's and whether you're a former finance minister and what charges they are. So the fact of the matter is that there is a system in India, and whether it's a prime minister or a CM, by saying that the power of the leaders hangs in the fate of your choice. You exercise your choice, your franchise, and you exercise your power and ballot, and that's how you rule out a government. It does not mean that there is any taking over of the power by a present regime or dispensation when it comes to the due process of law. So there is no confusion about that. By deliberately misunderstanding the entire proverb and then misleading and making it about hate crime, aren't you being too clever by half? Because isn't the sophistry at many levels? You know very well.
Aren't you doing that?
You know very well.
Proverbial?
No, I'm not calling it. It is proverbial because you know very well it's not possible. For even if the Prime Minister or any Prime Minister of this country had wanted to do, or CM, that you don't have the power.
No, so I have a question, Ashpreet. Ashpreet, before you respond...
It is completely nonsensical.
Okay, before you respond to Shazia, Ashpreet, you're saying that what the Prime Minister said is hate speech. I want to play out for you what Priyanka Gandhi has said about Jyotiraditya Scindia. Let's play that out first for our viewers. I'll come back to you on that.
Sure. Please.
क्या है कि कद में थोड़े छोटे पड़ गए, लेकिन अहंकार में तो भाई वाह भैया, उनके पास जो भी कार्यकर्ता जाता था कहते दीदी कि हम क्या करें, महाराज महाराज कहना पड़ता है, हमारे मुंह से नहीं निकलता तो फिर कुछ काम ही नहीं होता हमारा। वैसे उन्होंने अपने परिवार की परंपरा अच्छे से निभाई है। विश्वासघात तो बहुतों ने किया है, लेकिन इन्होंने ग्वालियर और चंबा की जनता के साथ विश्वासघात किया है। आपके पीठ में छुरा भोंका है, बनी बनाई सरकार को गिरा दिया, और वो बनी बनाई सरकार आपकी थी, आपने वोट दिया था उसके लिए।
Okay, so the first line of that, Ashpreet, when you've got Priyanka Gandhi speaking about Scindia, saying he's short, but his ego is very big, is that not a personal attack? Is it below the belt?
Thank you for the question. I hope I wouldn't be interrupted by Shazia, otherwise I have to reciprocate. Number one, the Bharatiya Janata Party leaders have called our leaders Saddam. They have called our leaders Diane. They have called our leaders raincoat pehen ke nahana kaise hai. They have called a fellow MP, an elected MP of the Bharatiya Janata Party has called a fellow MP terrorist. They have called our farmers terrorists. And I want to ask Shazia Ilmi if that was defamatory, derogatory and demeaning, yes or no? And was any disciplinary action? I won't even ask if anyone was suspended or removed from the party. Was any disciplinary action even taken against anyone of the leaders? Number two, one second. I'm not
Hold on, Shazia, I'll come to you. Go ahead.
Number two, there was another statement made by the Bharatiya Janata Party in Rajasthan. They said the morale of terrorists and rioters soars when the party is in power. Now, I think they are equating our farmers to terrorists, because if we have uplifted the morale of the farmers by helping them, by standing by them, by supporting them, and the Bharatiya Janata Party's leaders have been calling them terrorists and trying to equate such statements, I think the Bharatiya Janata Party should for once introspect, should do a little bit of soul searching. Maybe, tomorrow, before giving such statements, the Prime Minister, who has so many people who look up to him, like you allegedly say, but would 1 second, at least they would not be...
Ashpreet, quickly finish and then I'll go to Shazia.
Last thing.
You're not being
1 second,
please.
1 second. They can 1 second, Shazia, let me complete. See, the hatred of the Bharatiya Janata Party is understandable also. They can keep on coming at us with their hatred. Our love ki dukaan, our pyar ki dukaan will always be open for everybody.
Okay. Let Shazia respond.
1 second, just one thing. And there's one reason behind it.
You made 3 points. Just let Shazia respond. I'll come back to you.
There's one reason behind it. I just want to say this, that the semi-finals of the elections of India, the Bharatiya Janata Party knows they are losing it. Like in New Zealand lost to India in the
Is this even a point? I mean, I want to
Therefore, their hatred is understandable.
Okay. So Ashpreet is predicting a New Zealand-like loss for the BJP in this semi-final. But let's focus on this entire politics. And you've got Ashpreet, essentially Shazia, saying that, look, the BJP is a habitual offender of making these kind of comments.
I don't even want to begin. And I think even my detractors would know this very well.
Condemn the BJP.
That one person who has been, that one politician in this country who has been vilified the most, who has been verbally assaulted and harassed the most, it is our Prime Minister. Whether it's Maut ka Saudagar or Hitler or Ravan, and jo Hitler ki chaal chalega, wo Hitler ki maut marega, to burning his effigies, to saying all kinds of filthy, smutty things about him. And not
Would
just
you answer
him,
the question?
but so no, please be quiet. So I don't want to dignify your remarks at all, because you don't remarks. What is this? I can't talk like this.
No, let's not get down to this. Let's not do this. Ashpreet, just hold on. Let Shazia finish your point. I'll come to you. Let's not do this back and forth and bickering, please.
So, and also you played out a video in which Priyanka Gandhi very shamefully, attacks a person and talks about his height. Can you imagine? Somebody could be short, tall, vertically challenged. Imagine the language used. And not just that, did you see how she used the phrase, chura bhog denge? Chura bhog diya.
1 second, what about
it's the same logic. Again, you're going on.
Ashpreet, hold on. I'm going to have to mute you if you don't let Shazia complete, please.
You behave yourself a little bit. I know it's difficult for you. It's difficult for you to do that, but
go ahead, Shazia. Go ahead, make your point quickly.
And you made some rubbish points about it's BJP which has done the maximum for the farmers, whether it's Kisan Samman Nidhi or taking care of their well-being, or DBTs, or looking at the soil card, or ensuring MSP. It is the BJP government alone which, for the first time, actually woke up to the needs and the cries of the farmers. And we all know what Congress promised and what BJP actually delivered.
Okay.
And that is there in the writing, whether it's your former agriculture ministers asking for the very same things that we actually gave in the farm laws. But of course, you had a problem with that because you had to use it as an opportunity again to incite farmers. So please don't use one against the other. Coming back to the former point of what Prime Minister was trying to say, how is this even hate speech? I can say Priyanka Gandhi was saying that was calling Jyotir Aditya Scindia a murderer, was saying chaku bhog diya. What is the evidence she has?
Okay.
So there is a turn of phrase. You speak in a certain way.